Here we are in beautiful Shanghai. As you can see, Roddy and I are profusely perspiring because of this very generous heat that we have. We've got the cicadas in the background singing a lovely tune.
Pudong River.
Pudong River. So we are right in the heart of Shanghai. So what we want to do with you today is share, Roddy, with the people who out there who are interested in SOMA with some of the terms that we use for SOMA. And I think the first one we want to really investigate is awareness. We talk a lot about awareness when it comes to people coming to our SOMAs. What does that really mean?
Yeah, and it's a great question because it's something that we need to become aware of. Awareness in reality, in its definition, is the realization that something exists. And it's a simple definition, but like all things that are simple, it's extremely important and it's extremely powerful when we grasp that concept. So in our society, people have become less and less and less aware, I believe, because so many things are provided. If we don't have to rely upon our own senses as much, if we don't have to rely upon our own internal and external environments, because we have monitors and we have gauges, we're not necessarily aware of what they are. We're relying upon information. So there's a whole difference between relying and being aware of something.
So you're saying that because of these things that we wear now, we're relying upon them to give us the feedback that we would normally feel.
Yeah, and while they do bring us an awareness, and they're not bad, and that's not what we're saying, it's when we're talking about moving, and we're talking about moving, feeling, and living better, most people don't understand how they move. We're not aware of how our breathing is. How do we breathe? Are you breathing diaphragmatically? Are you breathing through your chest? Do your shoulders elevate? When you walk, how do you walk? What's your stride length? Is the stride length equal? Is it symmetrical? Do you land the same on both feet? Do you what's your speed? What's your cadence? And most people don't realize that. And I think those are extremely important, what we try to get people to understand, because the more we're aware of our internal sensory reception, the more that we're aware of what we're doing, then the easier it is for us to become aware of what we can do. So one of the simple sayings I have is, it's awareness, action, and adjustment.
Yep.
And when we become aware of something, we now have the ability to take a much more poignant or focused action. And then once we've done the action, we can create adjustments based upon what we desire the outcome to be, or what the desired outcome is to be. And so awareness is in all things. It's an emotional awareness. How are we feeling emotionally at the time? Do we realize that? And how do you feel emotionally? And then what's your breathing pattern like? What's your walking pattern like? What's the tension level in your body, in your hands, in your fingers, in your glutes, in your abdominal region? And I think we need to piece that together. And it's not to be over analytical. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? No, it's if you start to feel stressed, take a second. What's happening? And when you can look at a heart rate monitor, oh my gosh, my heart rate's going up. But not just your heart rate. What is the tension through your thorax?
Yeah.
What's the tissue tension like?
What are you feeling?
And then what is your thought process? What are the thoughts that are immediately running through your mind while you're doing that? And I think that's important for us to understand.
And how does that physically portray in our everyday life?
Exactly.
So guys, if you really want to understand what awareness is, and as Rodney always does beautifully, he articulates it amazingly, but if you really want to understand it and experience it, the SOMA Immersion is where you'll now start your journey. So we would love to see you there at SOMA, when and where you want to go to, whether it be Australia, whether it be China, whether it be New Zealand. We would love to see you there.